if any of you follow me, you're nerds, all right? So just call it what it is. But anyway, so we got ready. We got some inventory, and on September 12th they launched it, and they went out that morning, and in 5 minutes our website crashed. And so we got 3 more servers pretty quickly, and we sold out immediately, and it's never stopped since. So it's been a really exciting beginning, and it continues. And so this year we did enter the actual contest for the blade and the mallet for 2016, and we won both, which is the first time that's ever happened. By a lot, yeah, by a lot. It was pretty cool. I was worried that it was going to disprove what they did before, but you got to take a chance out there. But it works. It's good stuff. It's good technology, and it's honest, and it's real, and the results don't lie. For those of you that are club fitters, who are club fitters here? Right, you know what, you guys have Quintex? Quintic? This has been something that I have been made aware of. TrueSpec, they do that the same thing, and down at Doral, Tim, the guy down there that does a lot of fitting, he's been making me aware of this, and I found out our guys in our club fitters in Europe are having the same experience. That on a Quintic, it's a high-speed cancer. Really, I think it's the gold standard. And you guys, that's the best roll analysis machine there is, and it has a reading called the let's see if I get it. We call it smash factor for clubs, but it's the impact ratio. And what it does, it determines a putter. If you hit a putter in the middle, that'll be your highest impact ratio. So typically for putters, it's about 1.7. It's the speed of the putter head divided into the velocity of the ball. So 1.7 is usually that's kind of where it is on a putter. And then if you go about a ½ inch off center to either side, it drops down to say 1.6, 1.58, 1.58, 1.56 toward the heel. And so it falls off on really every putter out there. Except what they have found, and Mark, I don't know if you guys have found this, but it's 1.7, 1.7, 1.7, 1.7, 1.7. And that, in a real empirical way, proves what I did in an intuitive way by using my robot. It's saying that the energy transfer is the same across the face. And that's been a really cool thing for us to be able, I mean, when I talk to tour players now, I can say that because it's right there. And some of the players that have been fitted and the tour players that went through this process, they know it. They know that as well. And that's the kind of thing that just gives us information that says it works, folks. It's hitting the ball the same. But the other thing, the gearing effect, is what's really turned out to be the really cool idea. The thing that the ball doesn't go spraying off the side, it gears back in the middle. Gearing maybe is the wrong term, which we use it as a marketing term. Gearing is more for high speed and for the gearing effect of a club. But you can call it redirecting or whatever you want. But the ball, what it's doing is correcting the mishit. So the bottom line for our clubs is we say you can't mishit these putters. And I usually just say it's not my fault anymore. So it's your fault. But anyway, so that's the fundamental story about the grooves. They correct the ball from, and we mishit a lot. Now I have as we go, if you want to, I've got a putter here that has 2 magnets on the face, and I welcome any guinea pig that wants to come up here and try to hit the ball in a 1/4 inch right there. And I'll have tour players do this. They go, I don't really miss hitting the ball. So, okay, fine. Now listen, drop down 10 balls and try and hit 10 balls. And I mean, the record was 2 out of 10. Now I think it's gotten up to 3 out of 10. But to hit that little spot right there without nicking one of these magnets and the ball going sideways, it's not easy. And people mishit. Pros mishit the ball all the time. And amateurs are all over the place. So it is important to have to have this technology on your putter, and to not only get the effect of grooves and the better roll, but to have the forgiveness on off-center hits. We all need a little forgiveness. This gives you a lot of it. So good stuff. Anyway, that's the fundamental story about the grooves. I'll just cover a couple of other things. The putters are machined in Carlsbad. If it makes everybody feel warm and fuzzy, it's about a mile and a half from Scotty Cameron. His factories are there much bigger, you know. And we're over here in a little machine shop, but we're close by, so we have some of the same brain cells. I'm just going to use take these three putters because I'm going to tell you about some other features. So the putters are machined out of billet. That means a block of steel, and then they get milled, you know, in a CNC machine. And then, as you can see, if you take a look at all the designs, you can see all the milling on them, and that's important. It's also important to be made in America for us. I mean, that's just something we're trying to do. You'll notice that I don't have hosels on any of these. I'm going to be doing some for tour players. They're actually in the CAD right now. We're making them right now for Coulter and for some different guys that asked for them. But right now, this, if you take a, I have one here, if you take a answer style putter, a typical ping answer, it has what we call a plumber neck. That's this steel thing comes up and has a collar, and they put a straight shaft into the collar. Okay, that weighs 45 grams. And you have to, when you do a CAD file, you can see that the center of mass is over here. It's not in the middle because you have to take all the weight here and compare it to the weight here. And you put a sight line in the middle. Whoever puts the sight line in the middle of the cabin, that's not where the center of mass is. Ian Poulter made me put his sight line over here. The one he's using right now has tungsten weights here, and here, and it has a sight line that's about 100 thousandths toward the heel. But he knows that's where the sweet spot is. Brian Gay, he has one that he uses with grooves on it, and the sight line's right here, but he hits it. You can see he's got a wear spot right over here. He knows where it is. He's a great putter, and I'm making him one right now as well with this technology. But so that hosel pulls the center of mass away from the center. So what I did is I have a single bend shaft, just a single one bend going into the head, and this is a symmetrical design. There's no asymmetry to this design. It's all symmetrical. So that hole, I bored a hole out of here of solid steel to put the shaft in, and then the part that's bent here you have to add to the heel. That weighs 5 grams. The hole for the steel I took out weighs 5 grams. So the center of mass is dead in the center, right in the middle.